Texas A&M head coach Gary Blair is returning to some familiar ground tonight. He was formerly the Arkansas coach from 1993 to 2003. Coach Mercedes Russell has 3 players dropping down to guard her. How is she adjusting that to be effective in this game?
Well, she does a great job of kicking the...
Welcome into your Pig Trail Nation report. I'm Haley Maxwell. The first scrimmage of fall camp is in the books, held inside of Razorback Stadium. Improvement in key areas was a common theme.
It is going to be an absolute pitching matchup during this Arkansas-Auburn series. Both teams coming in today having pretty much the same ERA throughout the season, but moving to SEC play, that's where Arkansas's ERA jumps up significantly compared to Auburn. It's the annual Play for K game here during this Arkansas-LSU matchup. Both teams are in pink uniforms, pink shoes. My stat sheet today even got printed out on pink paper. 55 points this first half, most you've scored in SEC play so far. What can you attribute that to?
Well, we scored 2 more points than we scored the whole game at Mississippi.
Coach, what have you seen from Blaine Knight so far tonight?
Well, you know, he's battled a little bit of command.
Prosper so far tonight is 5 from 7 from the three-point line, which marks her 3rd consecutive game hitting 3 or more three-pointers.
Couple long offensive innings for your team. How does that affect your pitching staff going back out on the mound after that?
I think we need all the rest we can get.
What was the difference between first and second quarter just offensively?
Well, offensively, we got our transition game going.
Coming into tonight's matchup, these two teams are pretty evenly matched statistically, but the biggest difference is the Razorbacks' point per game is significantly higher than the 49ers.
Throughout the SEC this season as an offensive powerhouse, but in the last couple of weeks, their defense has significantly picked up the pace. Last night in Game 1 of this series, Arkansas had 0 errors for the night.
But you've played 10 players so far this half, and your second group is just as competitive as your first group. How important is that for your style of play?
I think it's very important.
Arkansas picked earlier in the year to finish 6th in the SEC, and today the SEC coaches poll for first and second teams was released. 2 players for Arkansas making to the second team, Daryl Macon and Jalen Barford. Now, Daryl Macon says that he uses this as motivation.
Like you said, Blaine Knight, how did you guys prepare offensively knowing you're going up against him?
You know, I think it's similar.
Coach, UTA scoring majority of their points in the paint and free throw line. How did you adjust from first quarter to second quarter to combat that?
Well, I'm not sure we can do anything about them being 6'5".
Arkansas not allowing Fresno State to set up their half-court offense with their full-court press, and the result of that has been bad shooting for the Bulldogs.
Second straight game to get an early home run. What has been your offensive mindset this weekend?
Well, really,
Dominating almost every stat line here in the first half, but what stood out to you about your team's play? Thank you, Brett. This is ORU's head coach Paul Mills' first season at Oral Roberts and his first season as an NCAA Division I head coach. Previously to Oral Roberts, he spent 14 years at Baylor underneath Scott Drew. Talking with Coach Mills before the game, he says his team is a little over 10 games into the season and it's starting to get into the rhythm and style of play that he wants. And he adds the whole team, but especially the small group of seniors that he has, really bought into his ideas, and he thinks this team is really close to some success. Brett? Arkansas is handing out these pink t-shirts tonight while wearing pink uniforms and in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But this isn't the only time Arkansas wears pink. On practices on Wednesdays, they also wear pink. Coach Jason Watson instituted this because of his love for the movie Mean Girls.
Last night, Coach Dave Van Horn talked about Eric Cole moving into that leadoff spot. He said about a week ago he called him into his office to have a conversation. He said that Cole had absolutely no idea what it was going to be about. Van Horn said to Cole, "I want you to be the leadoff guy and be that person for us," and asked what Cole's thoughts were. Eric replied with, "I can do that, Coach. Hey, that was my spot in high school, so I'm ready to go."
Welcome back to Fayetteville. Sanford and Arkansas have met twice before, but this is their first matchup inside of Bud Walton Arena, although Sanford head coach Scott Padgett is pretty familiar with this arena, having played here twice in his college career at Kentucky. Interesting enough, Scott Padgett faced up against Razorback assistant coach Scotty Thurman during his impressive years here as a Hog. That's right, Josh. Coach Terry says that he thinks his team has to get back into their aggressive defense to be back in this game. That means creating stops on defense and taking it the other way with valuable possessions. Now, Coach Terry thinks offensively his team has missed a lot of open shots and needs to be strong with the ball. So continue to look for aggression on both ends of the court for Fresno State this half. Well, it has been the Daniel Gafford show here late in the second half, and Mike Anderson tells us this week they have made subtle adjustments to Gafford's defense to avoid fouling. The freshman has fouled out of the first 2 games of the season, and Mike Anderson says he wants Gafford to play more minutes per game, proving himself tonight, leading the Hogs with 22 points and 8 rebounds.